Good evening. I'm Joe Netherworld, and I'm here with your daily tarot card reading for January 9th, 2014. Moving along, I can't wait till we are in the double digits in this month, both temperature and date-wise. Because once we get past January 15th, especially, the month and the winter will begin to fly. And what I have on my table, that I've had for the last couple of days, are paperwhites, narcissus. I grow them every year. You start them as bulbs, just in a raw planter like this, some rocks and some water. And you start them in the dead of winter, usually around Christmas time. These came up very fast this year, which is a great sign. I use this as a sign of how fast the winter's going to go. These were planted right after Christmas. They bloomed already quickly. They've been blooming. They have a really intoxicating smell, sort of like a jasmine-y smell. I recommend that you go out and you get some if they're around at your local plant stores. Now, they really help give you a little bit of sign that through this cold, harsh kind of winter, it's the best way to describe it, right? There's no need to be fancy about it. That there is greenery, life, things are happening, things are changing, that there is a sign that spring will be coming. It's important. It also smells really nice and it gives you something to watch. They will bloom for a bit, they'll fade soon, they'll just green up, fade, fall down. And you can, save plant them outside and save the bulbs, dig them up, put them away, bring them back out again. But it's important. They're a metaphor and a symbol for there is life waiting to happen after this winter. So go do them. They're paperwhites. They're all over the place. Order them online. I recommend buying them in person. You should buy plants in person. Ordering them online is not the way to do things. Anyway, shuffle today's cards as I'm getting better shuffling. Thank you. We're going to pick our main card for the day. Yesterday was all about money and the importance of making decisions about money. Today, we don't know. Let's see what it is. I'm going to be very kind of crafty and just let these things tell me. So our main card today is the Nine of Swords, which is about decision making. It's about having problems over your head, about a little bit being overwhelmed by problems and letting them sort of weigh too heavily on your mind, that there's so many problems you don't know where to start fixing the problems. So keep that in mind, that the simplest answer to this is, yeah, there's too many problems over your head. If you look at them as one mass, you can't break the power of the group. But one at a time, they're accessible. So the main thing I'd say before I pull the other cards, before I pull the qualifiers of the day, would be take your problems and separate them into individual categories and singular problems. Do not have a problem or your life is a problem. It is made up of smaller, addressable, and solvable problems. So that's important right there. But let's see what so we have the sun on one side, which is great. Sun here is about shedding light, and with light comes clarity. Clarity becomes answers. And I'm going to just dig right in and see what our other card is here. Ten of Rods. Great card. Ten of Rods is carrying away your problems. It's about bundling everything up and carrying it all away. So this is a simple positive read today, and I do like this. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with the information that kind of comes forth with the cards, and most of it's about, this is an elaborate problem, we have to do a lot of work. This is a simple problem. You have a lot of problems, we all do. When they gang up on us, so they become one giant conglomerate of a problem, we can't solve it. But shed a little light on the individual problems, see them for what they are. Light here is like not only is it bright light and visual light, it's about shedding intellect and opening up and discovering things. So what it's saying here is today, yes, we're overwhelmed. Maybe you're getting your bills for Christmas time. You're being a little overwhelmed. It's January, it's cold, it's hard to get work done. Unless you live in lovely California or Florida, where it doesn't seem to be so cold right now. But the Ten of Rods is saying on the other side of it, you can carry these problems away with hard work. The rods, when swords become rods, it's like taking work. Rods represent physical work. It's wood. It's about building and making things. It's much more controllable. Swords are just swords. They're weapons, and they're weapons either against us or for us. Right here, they're above us. So shed some light on your problems. Open the world up a little bit. Individually deal with each individual problem, and they change from swords to rods. You can carry them away. You can build something with them. You can make something. You can burn them. It's addressable and changeable. So this is a very bright, optimistic day. So, great. I love a bright, optimistic day. As gloomy and as dark as I like to be in a personal way, I enjoy an optimistic worldview. I mean, that's sort of the dichotomy of, I guess, people like myself who are a little bit strange and dark, is we have a beauty and appreciation of the strange and the dark, but we're very optimistic, positive people. This makes me incredibly happy living in a Gothic mansion, having all my great friends and interesting people around me, living amongst an army, I guess, of witches is the best way to describe them, strange individuals who've created their own magic. This is my world, and you're welcome to enjoy me as best you can. Either come visit sometime or watch me online every day. But that's the dichotomy and the paradox of being dark at heart and appreciating the dark aesthetic, but having a very optimistic and positive worldview. And that's what this sort of read is about today. There's lots of things hanging over your head, and they might be weighing you down, but set some light. Let a little sunshine in, get a little brightness in this thing, turn your swords into rods, and make something of it, and make something of the day. And I'll be here again, a little around after midnight, as usual, waiting to read for you again. Another day, another read. And until that time, you have a magical day and make some strives towards changing some things in your life. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you.